You're not gonna believe the feature in this living space of this beautiful sawmill model home built by David Weekley here in the Reflections, Nocatee's newest and last community. We are located here today in Nocatee, Florida, the premier area to live in Northeast Florida, but also in the state. So you're not going to miss what we're going to be going over, because again, with Nocatee, it's not just about the house, it's about the schools, it's about the amenities, it's about what's located nearby. So you're not going to miss any of that. So with that being said, let's go and check out this sawmill custom model home. So you ready to see this sawmill floor plan? Well, let's go ahead and check it out. So as you're gonna notice when we first come up, we have a nice pavered walkway up to our front pavered patio. So you're gonna see these pavers all the time here in Reflections for most homes, especially these models. And they did a nice pavered front porch with the, with a good area to be able to hang out. And you have it with this hardy board siding. That hardy board siding is the siding of choice here in Nocatee. And it's one of those things that really helps make Nocatee what it is because of the fact that it's such a durable material and it lasts for so long. Now, as we come into the house, you're gonna notice right away, we have these nice 8-foot tall doors. So from there, when we come into the house, yes, with those 8-foot tall doors, but it leads us to our 10-foot tall ceilings and our entryway, our foyer of this home. So before we actually check out the rest of this house and check out those amazing features I told you about, as well as this office coming up, we're actually gonna look first at the first bedroom and bathroom. So let's go take a look at that now. So I know you guys obviously want to see the kitchen, the primary, all that kind of stuff, but we'll get there in a second. But first thing I want to focus on is the first bedroom and bathroom. Now this first bedroom and bathroom is at the front of the house. This is going to be for your guests, maybe your mother-in-law, the whole mother-in-law wing of the house. This is their area to be able to stay, feel like it's their own spot. They have that privacy. They're not next to the kids per se, so it's a great pocket for them. And the first thing, when you first come in is you have this really good size guest bathroom. And this will be for guests as well, not just for that mother-in-law that's staying or that someone that's staying for a couple days or a week. But things I love about what they did with here is they did these quartz countertops. It almost has like that concrete look finish. Again, square bowls. And one thing you're gonna notice too as we go further along is they actually have more of a modern, sleek look. A lot of these homes we look at here in Nocatee, they have more of a coastal or farmhouse finish. But with this one, David Weekley, the builder, did more of like a modern finish to that coastal or farmhouse. So as you can see here, we have our seamless glass shower. We have the tile up to the ceiling, which I love to know your thoughts. What do you think about this tile design? Is it too basic for you? Or is it super clean, exactly how you would do it? I'd love to know that, so leave those comments in the comment section below. But as you also see here, we have a nice step down into the shower, which they do that for a lot of reasons, specifically to keep the water in the shower so you don't have the water coming out into the rest of the bathroom. But again, love the look of it. Just very clean, very sleek, very modern. And that's actually then going to lead us to our first bedroom. So this bedroom is at the front of the house, and this bedroom, like I said, is gonna be for your guest. It could be for a teenager. If you want them to have their own space, especially if you have kids that are different ages, maybe one's older than the others, you put the younger kids up top in the second floor, which we'll get to later on in this video. And the teenager has his or her space down here, which as you can see, fits a full-size bed. You could easily put a queen in here. They do have an end table and a dresser. Now you may not need the dresser there, which would give you more room for a queen, but does kind of show you the size of the room. As you come along in, just want to highlight quickly, but they did not do sliding doors or bifold doors. They did more of a French door look, continuing those 8-foot tall doors. And this will lead us to our fairly standard closet. All right, now, we are now going to check out that awesome office. So let's go ahead and look at that now. But as always, if you have any questions, if you want to talk more about David Weekley, this floor plan, the sawmill, or any homes here in Nocatee, I'm your guy. So don't hesitate to give me a call, a text, an email. That's all going to be on this video as we're going through it. Or in the description of this video is a link to my calendar where you can always have a time for us to meet face to face through Zoom, or even just a phone call. So love to always talk to you guys about that. But next up is our office. So they kept the office open. Now, one thing I can tell you about Daily Weekly is they do give you the option that you can actually enclose this with French doors to be able to make it more of a closed office for sound and whatnot. But in this case, they left it open. And what I love they did here is they actually gave us, quartz countertops all the way throughout with the waterfall effect. So that way it's having that attached desk, so to speak, for the space. So it's something that really just gives it a nice, sleek, upgraded, updated look. And as you can tell with this space, there's plenty of room to roam. You could easily make this an office for you and your husband, you and your wife, whatever the case may be. Or if it's just for just you have plenty of space for that as well. I mean, shoot, you even got a nice 55-inch TV in here. All right, let's go ahead and now check out the laundry room, and then we'll get to that beautiful kitchen. All right, so now we're gonna check out that laundry room. Don't look there yet, let's look here. But the laundry room here, it's right off of your door to your garage. They do give you a little bit of a mudroom space as well. And I can't believe I haven't mentioned this yet, but look at these floors. David Weekly did some nice, beautiful wood floors. They went that lighter wood, which I personally love. And something that we're seeing is really coming back here in Nocatee and really Northeast Florida, Jacksonville in general. So I love the fact that that's coming back because it's such a nice, lighter color, really helps keep the space light and bright. But anyways, this laundry room, it's an okay size. It's fairly normal. It gives you space for your washer, dryer. As you can see, they add some additional cabinetry up here so you can store stuff up top. You could probably do more than that. You could do less than that, but definitely gives you an idea of what you could do there. And then they completed it with a star kind of tile pattern, which honestly, I'm digging. But let me know in the comments, what do you think? You like it or do you don't like it? Another thing too, it's a very minor detail, but you'll notice as we go through all these spaces, the trim that they use for all of their doors is more of that craftsman style trim, which means that they actually did that trim on site. So they didn't just buy it all in one, they did it on site, which gives it a much, not higher end look, it just, obviously it shows the attention to detail and the craftsmanship when you have that. We also do have some storage underneath the closet. Not gonna go into too much detail with it, but you do get plenty of storage underneath the stairwell. So this closet, you can use it for a lot of different things. But overall, just a good space for additional storage because you never have too much storage with the house. And do keep in mind as we're walking through this is a 2-story floor plan on a 50-foot wide lot, which by the way, they only have 3 of these left. So just keep that in mind. But with it too, they do actually have options on their 50-foot wides and their 40-foot wides for single-story, 1-story floor plans. So that's huge because you can't always find a lot of 1-story floor plans here in Nocatee nowadays in such a desirable price point, which we'll get to that in a second. Anyways, this kitchen, love the look of it. You have your big deep sink here. The island faces that dining room space, which we'll get to as well. And then they did a nice 2-tone cabinet with here where you have more of that gray modern look for the island and the lowers. And then they give us this really, really cool, almost matches the flooring of the house, wood, cabinet color, lighter colored wood look for the uppers. And then this is a gourmet kitchen. So what is a gourmet kitchen? You may know this, you may not know this. A gourmet kitchen is really when they do the stackable, whether if it's a microwave oven combo, or in this case, the double oven, and you get that vented hood for your stovetop. Now in this case, they also give us the microwave down below. Some people love it. Some people don't like to bend down. Again, leave a comment on your thoughts. I'd love to hear it. But this hood, very nice, very sleek, very simple, but does the job, allows the tile backsplash to really take over it, which in my opinion is a good thing because you let that speak for itself and then it allows the hood to really pop out. We do also have our GE Profile 5-burner gas stovetop. And it's a gas stovetop because, again, we're in Nocatee. Nocatee is a fully gas community, so that means you're gonna have a gas stovetop, you're gonna have a gas water heater, you're gonna have a hookup for a gas dryer if you want it, and you're also normally gonna have a hookup on the outside for a gas grill if you so desire as well. And then you do also get tons of cabinet space down below, so really plenty of space there between the cabinets below, the cabinets up to the ceiling with the crown molding. You got plenty to work with this kitchen. And then you have your dining room over here. So we'll get to the living room in a second, but the dining room over here, as you can see, the ceiling height really expands on us. And I personally, this is probably one of the coolest features I love. It's not anything spectacular for most people, but for me, to have this ceiling height here, which if you're from Northeast Florida watching this, you know, if you're not from Northeast Florida, you may not know, a lot of these homes, you're normally gonna be stuck in 9 to 10, maybe 11 foot tall ceilings. So anytime you can get these 20-foot tall ceilings, since it does open up to the second floor, is awesome because it makes the space feel so much bigger, so much more majestic in my opinion. And then having all this additional windows on this side of the wall also allows tons of natural light to flow in to not just your dining room, but also your kitchen and your living room. So I personally love that. Obviously, as I always highlight, this is a 6-seater table. You could easily do an 8-seater table. For me, I don't have a huge family myself, so 6 is all I'd probably need, but you could obviously do 8, maybe even 10, depending on the table. And you could easily do a circular table too. All depends on how you want to lay it out. It's a pretty cool chandelier though, isn't it? Anyways, as we keep it going, we do have our living room back in here. I love the fact that it's all open, so the trifecta of the house is all connected. If you're hosting, it's a great space to be able to have people over and everyone still feel like they're all together. And you do have your primary bedroom, which we'll get to in a second, off of here as well. Because again, Nocatee is about hosting. You're gonna have friends over, you're gonna have family over. Your kids are gonna have friends over. Because again, with the schools here, which are amazing, top rated schools, not just in the area, but the whole state, it's gonna be a situation where you're gonna have, your kids are gonna have a lot of friends. And so having a space where you can kind of watch over them or a space that they can all hang out is huge because it's gonna happen here. And even though there's a lot you can do out here with the amenities and with the parks, it's still good too to be able to have space in the house because it may not always be a beautiful day like this. So to have space when it's not always like that is never a bad thing either. But overall, really good sized living room. Love the windows in the back wall, allows tons of natural light in, really speaks to what Nocatee is about, which is just, again, openness. And then I do like this feature here that they did on the wall. They actually matched the flooring and they did an accent wall with that flooring. So some people may be like, okay, yeah, that's cool, Justin, but is it really worth the cost? And that's more of a personal question. But personally, I love this. It really ties in with the rest of the house and really gives a focal point to this space. All right, now, I know you guys probably want to see that primary bedroom. I know I want to see it. So let's go and check that out now. All right, so now we're gonna check out the primary bedroom, as I said. And again, if there's anything you see while we're going through this, you have questions on, whether if it's this house, this floor plan, this builder, this neighborhood of the reflections, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You're gonna see, you're gonna see my phone number, my email, to be able to call me, text me, email me. So don't hesitate. I'm always here to help. I want to be your go-to guy when it comes to real estate here in Nocatee. Anyways, as far as the primary, as you can see here, it's big. We have a big space here. We have tons of natural light coming in, have that beautiful tray ceiling. If you know me, you know that I love those tray ceilings. They continue those hardwood floors throughout. And one thing too is they did the higher baseboards. So these are those 5-inch baseboards, really gives it a much higher end look and goes very well with those craftsman style doors, trim around the doors that I was mentioning. So just a great space all the way around. And if you haven't yet, please like this video if you haven't yet. I love I see that kind of feedback, even if it's just a like on the video. And obviously also subscribe to our channel. And we also love getting new subscribers as we continue to grow what we're doing. But now let's check out that bathroom. So David Weekley is very well known for their bathroom designs. They tend to kind of stick with a very similar look all the way across the board for most of their floor plans. And that look is going to give you your double vanity when you first come in on one side. And they give you tons of countertop space with it, with these quartz countertops. You obviously have plenty of space in the cabinets. I love the fact that they did the tile up to the ceiling, not just in the bathroom, not just in the shower, which we'll get to in a second, but also behind the vanities. So that's a great aspect. Just really cool features they did there. And then it brings us to our shower. So they always do the shower on the other side, and this shower is a step down, but they always do it to where you don't have to worry about having a door here, because doors, they get in the way, right? They always get in the way. So they designed this in a way where the water is not going to come out, and it is almost kind of like an L shape where you come in. And with this, they actually gave us 2 shower heads. So you know what they say, 2 is always better than 1, right? Well, you also have your normal head here, but they also gave us the rain head. That will be an upgrade. It'll be a design center upgrade, but well worth it if you want to have that rain head, because it's always easier to do while you're building than after the fact. And then also let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on this tile design? You know, on the upper half, they did more that octagon or pentagon design, you know, with the small pentagons all the way up. But the lower half is your more sleek, you know, typical, you know, rectangular tile. Do you like that? Or would you like to see it as one all the way up? I'd love to know your thoughts. We also have a rectangular tile throughout as we go into our primary bedroom. We do have our water closet right off here with a door, so it has its own space. In this primary bedroom, as we come in, you'll notice it's a pretty good size. And I love when builders put the cabinetry in at least the primary to show you what it looks like with custom closets, because at the end of the day, you're probably going to want something like this with your own house. And a lot of people here in Nocatee tend to do stuff like this. So when a builder does it, again, even if it's an upgrade with them, you may not necessarily do it with them, you may do it after the fact. But when they do it with their models, it's great because it shows you what you can do with the space and really shows you just how much storage you have. I mean, there's tons, I mean tons of storage in this closet. And you keep in mind, you can always put a door here. You know, they leave it open because it's the model, but you can always put a door if you want to separate it from the bathroom if you don't want to get too much moisture in here. But honestly, really great size space. All right, now I know you guys definitely want to see what's upstairs. Obviously, I haven't given you too much yet as far as the specs of this house, which we'll get to in a second. But with that being said, let's go ahead upstairs now and check out what's up there. All right, so we're upstairs, and we are actually right at the stairwell, as you can tell, next to the loft. And what I want to really do is I want to show you what I was just looking at. So come on over here. So I know that it may not always show as great in video, but just look at that height. Look at the depth that you get with this floor plan. Something that you do not see with every floor plan here in Nocatee, and not with every builder. And personally, I think that's really cool, because again, it really makes the space feel bigger, makes it feel more inviting. And with the finishes they chose, it all just plays together super well. As far as up here though, we have our loft. So this loft, like I mentioned, your kids are gonna have friends. You're gonna have friends. So you may want it where the downstairs is for you and the upstairs is for your kids. Well, this is a great space for the kids to be able to hang out. This is a great space even if you just wanna be able to hang out to get away, to be able to just have for those reasons. You still have plenty of natural light. Obviously, we do have the ceiling fan here, so you have a lot of ability to have additional lighting. And with the stairwell they did here, just to really touch on real quick, is with this stairwell, they did leave it open with the raw iron. I love that. It gives it a very high-end finish, a high-end feel. Again, will be an upgrade with any builder, but definitely worth doing with the builder than after the fact. So again, even if you're watching this video and you never even talked to me, and you may not even buy a house here in Nocatee or move to Nocatee, if you're watching this and in general, you end up buying a new construction house and this is an option, I would always suggest you do it before you move in, not after. We have our AC closet up here as well, and then we move on to the rest of the house, at least up here. So up here, we're gonna have 1 bedroom, now I'll give it to you, and 2 bathrooms. So this 1 bedroom is gonna be for the guest up here. And with this bedroom, they did a single vanity, kept it a little more simple. Again, same kind of cabinets as downstairs, just they went with the white. You do still have your quartz countertops. And then the flooring, they really contrasted with their tile choice for the shower. What do you think? Is this something you would do, or would you like it a little bit different? One thing I can tell you about Day Weekly is they are not afraid to get creative with some of their choices, some of their color choices, their palette. And honestly, it is kind of cool. You know, it's kind of like that subway tile. They just stacked it and they went across horizontal, and they went vertical, they went back horizontal. It's different. So I'd love to know your thoughts. So leave a comment on that in the comment section. I'll make sure to respond to that myself. Then we have our 2 bedrooms. So bedroom number 1 is gonna be the bigger of the 2 bedrooms. And this bedroom, they designed it more as like the boys' room, the kids' room for it. And it's really cool how they have it laid out. You actually come in and it gets a little bit bigger than you would think it would because of how it angles. So a really cool aspect there. They have a full-size bed here with end tables and a dresser. I'm just telling you, as walking around this, you could easily do more. You could do a queen-size bed here. Shoot, you could do a king-size bed if you really wanted to. Now that would sort of go more into the room, so you have to be a little bit careful. As far as the closet space, we do have, it is a walk-in. It's not a huge walk-in, but one cool aspect with it is it actually does also give you, well, they have it locked, but it gives you access to your attic. So if you need to store some stuff in here, it's a good thing. But if you also have a younger kid, you may also want to lock that door so that way they don't go up there without your knowledge, or in there without your knowledge. So that's just a cool aspect. And then lastly, we have our 2nd bedroom upstairs. So this bedroom is also a really good size. And I could be wrong. This may be bigger than the last one. I might have been mixed up with that. Or it could be the same size. But this bedroom, it's more the girls' room, as you can tell, with some of the design features they chose. But again, just really great finishes, really great layouts. It flows extremely well. So definitely one of my favorite floor plans I've seen lately. And again, full-size bed, could easily do a queen, easily could do a king. And I do like they actually did a little bit of a seating over here. Maybe the daughter won't use it or the son may not use it, but if you're watching this, you have cats or whatnot, I guarantee you, your cat will always be up here getting that nice summer or even winter, fall sun, and just do a little bit of sunbathing. So kind of cool there. And then closet-wise, same as the last one. So still walk-in, still gives you a good amount of closet space, and you could easily do some custom closets with that if you so desired. Just depends on what you're looking for. All right, now, we are now going to go outside. We've done the inside, we're now gonna go outside to check out that backyard, and I'm gonna give you a little more information about really what it means to live in Nocatee and what's really around here to give you more of an idea of the area as a whole. So with that being said, let's check out the backyard right now. All right, so now let's go check out outside, as I already mentioned. So out here, keep in mind this is a 50-foot wide lot. This has a feature with it that's not standard that I do want to bring up. So typically with this floor plan, the way it's designed, your back porch ends here. It's just still a good space. And, obviously keep in mind, you do have the overhead, still shares the same roof line. You could easily screen it in, but this is the typical back layout of their normal sawmill. What they did with this, and it's an option you can do, is they actually extended their backlit eye. So they extended the backlit eye out to here and over behind the living room. So just look at this. I mean, look at how much space you get back here to be able to enjoy being outside. Again, this is Nocatee. You don't live here to be inside. You live here because you want to be out on the trails. You want to be out kayaking, because they do have that kayak and canoe launch. You want to be enjoying the amenities, the water park, the splash park, the dang lazy river. And so again, I love when the builders, they put emphasis on that with their floor plans here, because again, you want to be able to enjoy your outside area, your backyard. And they also extended the pavers out here even further. So keep in mind, this is not covered, so this will unfortunately be unusable when it's a bit on the wetter side, which happens at times. It is Florida, we do get kind of wet. But it's still a great size space. I love that they do still give you the fire pit. You have this little back area to hang out, almost like a little bench pergola. So just a really nice thing. And the yard is not massive with this specific lot, but they are gonna have lots that back up to preserve, where you may get more space. And let's be honest here. If you're living in Florida, or if you're moving to Florida, do you really want to deal with a lot of yard maintenance? I know I don't. I want to just be able to enjoy where I'm living and not have to always worry about having to, maintain a major yard. So for me, I actually would like this. It's just enough for the dog, just enough for the kids. Again, they have their own parks that they can go play at. So all in all, I personally like this. But again, as I've said before, Leave me a comment on what you think about this backyard. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you wish there was more space? I'd love to know your thoughts. But with that being said, we are now going to we're gonna go back and I'm gonna give you all the dirty details of what it means to live here in Nocatee. All right, so what did you think? I mean, it's a pretty cool house, right? But, you know, I know if you're still watching this, it's because you wanna know more, not just about the house or the builder, David Weekley, but you wanna know, why are we here today in Nocatee? Well, I can tell you we're in Nocatee because Nocatee is the premier community that people are moving to here in the state of Florida, either if it's within the state or outside the state. There's many reasons for that. So Nocatee has many A-rated public schools. So your elementary and middle, you know, your K through 8 is gonna be probably a 9 out of 10 on great schools. Your high school, Nice High School, is gonna be a 10 out of 10. I mean, you don't get better than that. Also, with that K through 8, one thing I want to mention too is right now that is going to be Pine Island Academy, but in a couple years, Seabrook, which is where we're in right now, Reflections is a neighborhood within the community of Seabrook in Nocatee, will have its own K through 8. So that's awesome. You're not going to have to go too far to drop your kid off or whatnot, or if they're going to walk to school or bike to school, they don't have to leave the community. So that's amazing. But also people move to Nocatee also for the amenities. So the amenities you get here, you're gonna get tons of parks, tons of pools, but you're also gonna get the splash park, you're gonna get the water park. Those are things that you just don't find here in Northeast Florida. I mean, really maybe in a lot of areas. And you only get access to that if you're a resident of a neighborhood here in Nocatee. And that splash park, or water park, it's pretty crazy. You're gonna have multiple pools, you're gonna have a lazy river. Heck, you're gonna have a zip line. I mean, who gets zip lines in their communities? I mean, I know I don't see that often. So that's also a great perk, but not just about living in the community, you're also very central to many different things. So from here, you're only about 10 to 15 minutes away from Durban Pavilion, which is a newer town center where you're gonna have many restaurants, many shops, because you are going to have stuff in Nocatee, but you may not have as much as you'd want. So to have that only 10 to 15 minutes away, it's a huge bonus. But let's say that's not enough for you. Well, we also have the St. John's Town Center to the north. That's going to be about 20, 25 minutes. And the St. John's Town Center, I guarantee you, it's going to have everything you need. That has really become the hub of Jacksonville because of everything it has there. Also, word of caution, don't go there during the holidays. You may not like the traffic you have to deal with there. But that's for another day. Other things we have here in Northeast Florida, you're gonna have the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens. That's gonna put you about 45 minutes or so away from here. Beautiful place to visit. It's a private zoo, so they're constantly adding more to it. I always go there, I just always say, wow, because I can't believe just how much more they've added, whether it's the animals, the attractions, whatever it may be. We also have our airport, which is about an hour away. But the Jacksonville Airport, Jacksonville International Airport is constantly expanding. So not only are you able to get flights locally, throughout the country, the country, you also have that ability to get many flights overseas, and it's only gonna get bigger and better. So you won't have to worry in the future about having to drive to Orlando or to Atlanta. So something to think about there. And I'd be remiss to not mention our sports team. So we have the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. We have the Jacksonville Sharks. Jumbo Shrimp are going to be a minor league baseball team. The Sharks are going to be arena football. We have the Jacksonville Icemen, which is going to be hockey. Then we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're very proud of our team here in Northeast Florida. We love the Jaguars, no matter how much they may disappoint us. And that makes for great attraction on the weekends for different events with all of those, or even during the week. And again, you're only about 30 to 45 minutes away from that as well. And then lastly, the beaches. Obviously, I couldn't talk about Northeast Florida without talking about the beaches, right? That's why people move here, is for the beaches. Well, from here, you're about 15 minutes, 20 minutes away from Mickler's Beach, which has public beach access. So you have tons of beaches also in Duval County with Jax Beach, Neptune Beach, Atlantic Beach. So tons of areas you can go to get access to the beach and the ocean. But also in Ponte Vedra Beach, where Mickler is you have the Players Championship. So every year, the Players Championship, that fifth major as they call it for golf, is located right down the street from where we're at right this second. So if you want to take the kids, or if you just want to go there with your significant other, you have that ability to go do that on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever you want, when the Players Championship occurs. And lastly, if you're wanting to visit here to see what Nocatee has to offer and you know where to stay, check out the Ponte Vedra Inn and Club. Ponte Vedra Inn and Club is a great place to be able to stay if you're staying for a couple days or a week, even a month, where it's on the beach in Ponte Vedra Beach, and it gives you a lot to do there. You can golf. They have amazing massages you can have there, a lot of things you can do there, and gives you a really good idea of just what Northeast Florida has to offer. And if you want to actually get a membership to there, when you become a resident of a home here in Nocatee, you actually get discounted pricing for membership to the Ponte Vedra Inn Club. So, I forgot one more thing. We have 2 Navy bases here. So we actually do get a lot of relocation for Navy here, and a lot of people in Nocatee are military, and we are very proud of our military background. So whether if you're at NAS Jax, which is gonna be about 30 minutes away, or if you're in Mayport, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away, you're really not too far away in the grand scheme of things with how traffic patterns normally are here to get to those places or to get back home. So a little bit more about the area, just wanna kind of go over real quick. But honestly, I love Northeast Florida. I love Nocatee, and I hope you do too. So any questions you have, feel free to give me a call, a text, an email. Would love to help. And as far as this house is concerned, this is a roughly 2,800 square foot house. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, and obviously 2-car garage and 2 stories. But this house tends to start in those low 800s. And the builder on this one, they're often really good incentives. So they are subject to change, but you're getting 2% towards your closing costs if you use their preferred lender. And you're also going to be getting some pretty hefty design center options, either 5% of the price or, typically it'll be a flat amount. So if you want to know what that is at this time, because those are subject to change, again, call me, text me, email me, hop in my calendar. I'm always here to help. So with that being said, I'll see you guys again on our next model home tour and tour of Nocatee, Florida.